So, how are all of you doing? Usual early cutoff of the timer, and let's go ahead and start this off. This is going to be a slightly shorter Q&A than we normally do over here. I usually aim for an hour, but I actually totally forgot. Totally, like 100% forgot that I was supposed to do a live today, and it's been a day. My videos, I was supposed to have a 10 o'clock video and a 4 o'clock video, and instead they are both 10 o'clock videos, which is not what I wanted. I don't love when that happens. There's a schedule, and the OC, from a practical stance, there's a schedule, and the OCD part of me is even more bothered. A part of me wanted to just like shut off the Ready Set Bet video and then have it go live at 4, but I was like, whatever, the world will move on. I am bothered, but it is what it is. Anyways, that's one. And then separately from that, about 10 minutes before going live, hence the lack of thumbnail over here, I was like, oh, it's time to go live. And I hadn't done any of those. So yeah, so we're here. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna be doing the usual live Q&A, except it is going to be a little shorter than usual, probably. No guarantee. Sometimes I get caught up and I'm having too much fun, and it is what it is. But other times, I have so many stuff to do today. I didn't film anything the past 2 days. I've been catching up on a lot of game found things, and I've been behind on video production. But that means I need to film like 6 videos today to keep up. And I've already done 2, but that still leaves 4 more. And I have a bunch of things to do today, including game night. Hopefully I'm playing Black Forest tonight. Anyways, let's go ahead. Yeah, Brian, 2 minutes. Okay, I'm going to catch up in chat in a second. But Brian, I just saw that Devin popped up a video. I was literally just going here to do settings, and I was like, Devin did a video. So I'm going to go watch that video later, the Marvel United one. I watched the first 10 seconds before going live while the countdown timer was going, and I saw that his mic didn't pick up well, so he's using the wrong mic or something. Anyways, I'll watch that later. But, so, first of all, topic of the video. Let's get the topic of the video out of the way for those who are already here. I'm not recommending PS5 games to you. I'm hoping you can recommend the PS5 games to me. That's why I said question mark in the title, and because I'm asking you for your recommendations. So that's the first of all, the topic here. I'll tell you why that's the title of today's video. I'll get into all of that, of course. It's not like coming from nowhere. And I will give you the games that I've been enjoying so far. But that's a very short list because I've had a PS5 for 24 hours, roughly. Maybe 22 hours? No, wait, no, 1 second. No, sorry. 46 hours-ish. I got it on, today's Thursday, I got it on Tuesday, so I've had a PS5 for a very, very short amount of time, so I've had a PS4 for a while. PS4s came out in 2014, I want to say? 2014, is that when they came out? Like, that is a huge amount of time ago. It's been 11 years. I didn't get a PS4 right away, mind you. I probably got a PS4 like 7 years ago-ish, if I had to guess. And then I didn't bother upgrading to a PS5, even though I've wanted to. I have not upgraded to PS5 because I have a good computer. I do most of my like main gaming on the computer, and I don't do that much gaming to begin with. I do enough to keep me busy, but not an absolute ton. And I've had a hard time justifying upgrading to the PS5, considering I already have a PS4 and I have a computer. So I've constantly held off with the logic that I will get it when I really need to. Granted, it's probably 2 to 3 years before the end of its official life, but it'll be good for years after that. But I was like, I'll get it when I need to. I don't need to spend money on it. And I'll get to the reason I finally got it now. But basically, like on my PS4, I've still been playing games on my PS4 here and there. Like I just finished, not just, 6 months ago or so, I finished playing through the entire Spider-Man on PS4. I need to go through God of War. God of War is a game that I still want to play on my PS4. You can play it on PS5, and I plan on getting Ragnarok as well. But God of War I never finished. So I just started it again yesterday on my PS5, although it's the PS4, God of War exists on PS4, and man, the graphics hold up. That is an old game, and the graphics hold up so well for it. Anyways, let's go ahead and catch up on chat, and then we'll get into all of this. That's kind of a semi-background. We'll catch up on chat, and then I'll continue the story, and then we'll continue to chat. JF, PS5 games, such a new topic for me. Yeah, I always do video games. I don't make video games the subject of this channel, nor is it the dominant, leisure activity that I have. That would be board games. But video games are certainly a part of my life. They always have been. I imagine they always will be. It's just, secondary to board games. It's my pure leisure activity and not my leisure plus work activity. Aaron Taylor, did you play Misfit Heroes? No, I did not. I'm sorry. Vincent, I put 70 hours in Roguebook. Roguebook, is that a PS5 game? I'm pretty sure I have Roguebook on my computer. Let me just pop this up over here. Roguebook. I think Roguebook I have played on my on Steam. Let me just double check that it's the right one. Oh, no, that's I'm opening the wrong things here. Roguebook, images. I don't think I've gotten that far into Roguebook. I have played it. I don't think I got sucked into it. So I own it, and I have not gotten sucked into Roguebook. That's my answer there. Most of these roguelite Slay the Spire type games I've tried at one point or another. I'm always open to recommendations. Robbie, good afternoon. JF, I assume one of those is Wukong. I have not played Wukong. I did just wishlist Wukong. Since getting the PS5, I've been actively wishlisting and buying a few things. But I mostly buy and sale. Happens to be there's a sale right now, so that works out well. But I mostly buy and sale. There's one game I did not buy and sale. We'll come to that in a second. That's why I got the PS5. And then I've bought, I don't know. I bought the one game that was not on sale, plus maybe 8 or so games that were all discounted on the current March thingy, whatever. Probably spent like $60 plus the one game that was on sale. But we'll get to that soon. I think I've said we'll get to that soon a lot. So, PlayStation, are they making board games now? That's funny. Robbie, did you get your address confirmation of White Death? Yes, I did. I was so excited. Oh my gosh, my son is going to go crazy. He has been asking me for that game every 2 weeks repeatedly for the past 6 months. It is insane. He's been waiting so patiently. I don't even know if I'll like it. He decided he will like that game so much. So he's been excited. Ryan, good afternoon, campers. Devin dropped a video. Yes. JF, lots of new board games lately. Onward seems really interesting. Yes, Onward's great. Spitting Fire, 2 Point Museum. Is that a PS5 game? I brought my phone with me for this because let me start. I'm going to start my little email here. PlayStation PS5 recommendations. PS5 recommendations, because I'm hoping to get some in this recommended. Okay, what do you say? 2 Point Museum. Never heard of it, but I'm going to assume that's a game because I can't imagine the context that makes sense otherwise. What are your favorite video games now? Okay, so favorite video games right now. Favorite is a relative term. I am always a sucker for Factorio, but I have been not playing it. I've been not getting sucked back in very intentionally so that I can actually get things done in life. I will go back to it at some point. I've done Factorio in 2 phases so far, and I'm sure there'll be a phase 3. But my current video games that I'm playing at the moment are Hearthstone is the one that's been taking up most of my time the past month and a half or so. I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone on a daily basis, I would say. Battlegrounds mostly probably, and ranked. Maybe 66% Battlegrounds, 33% ranked. So that's Hearthstone's been a big one for me. On the PS5, the PS5, okay. I haven't been playing a lot of PS4 games lately, but with the PS5, I'm diving back into some, and the ones that I currently will be playing are Astro, because it came with Astro Bot or Astro Boy. The Astro's Playroom, Astro, just whatever the Astro game is, not the Playroom one. There's the Playroom one, then there's the full platformer. So I just started playing through Astro. Very charming and fun. I'll probably do a level a day. They're 15 minutes. It's simple and easy. And then God of War, I think, is the one that I'm going to get sucked into. Because God of War Ragnarok's on sale, I was like, I'll try God of War again. It's been a while, and I've always meant to finish it. And oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so satisfying. It's ridiculously satisfying. So God of War, Astro, and Hearthstone are my current answers. Those are current answers. JFF, Wukong. Hard to recommend without knowing your preferences or likes. We'll get to that. Good point, though. Good point. Always a good point. Drizzle, yeah, live stream. Last of Us 2 remastered, and it's a PS4 game, but Red Dead Redemption. I will check out Last of Us. I don't know. Instinctively, is that more story-based? I don't. Nothing about The Last of Us has appealed to me. It doesn't mean I won't like it, but I'm noting it down anyway. Demon Souls remaster? Oh, absolutely not. I am not a Dark Souls fan so far. The only one that has compelled me at all is Elden Ring. The rest of them, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, or Bloodborne, none of those interest me at all. Bloodborne did interest me, and then I played it. What God of War you finished 1 to 3? JF, good question. So I played part of 2 way back in the day. Don't remember anything about it other than the fact that I enjoyed it. I never played 1, played part of 2. On eBay, I just purchased remastered. I purchased God of War 3 remastered. 1 and 2, though, you can't play on a PS5 unless you're doing the PS5 premium and streaming it through them, which I don't care enough to do. Maybe at some point, I'll pay the monthly fee to do it and just play for a month or 2. But right now, I'm doing 3. Right now, I will be doing 3, but I'm currently playing God of War, the new one with Kratos and Atreides, what's his name? Kratos and the son. And then I will be doing Ragnarok once I'm done with God of War. In fact, I'm actually going to probably sequence it. My goal, don't read too much into my game plans, okay? But my game plan is probably God of War, then Spider-Man Miles Morales, because I finished Spider-Man, then God of War Ragnarok, then Spider-Man 2. That's the arc, because I really like Spider-Man and God of War. I would say most video games hook me a little bit, but the desire to like go back and play them again is always much lower. Like enjoying it versus actively taking time out of my day to pursue it are usually different things. But Spider-Man and Ragnarok both have that. Spider-Man and God of War both have that. Ryan, best games on PS5, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Final Fantasy VII, Astro Bot. Yeah, so Astro Bot I have. I will put down Ghost of Tsushima. I haven't actually looked into that yet, but I will look into it now. Tsushima. Okay, I've heard of it, but I've never actually done it yet. Final Fantasy VII is on my list, but nothing about Final Fantasy. I've never played Final Fantasy, and it doesn't appeal to me. So because the ratings are as good as they are, I will look into it at some point, but I'm not going to get it unless it's more on sale. Javier, I do recommend Nine Souls. It is probably the best Metroidvania I've ever played. So I'm not a huge Metroidvania fan. I have enjoyed some, but I will... Is like Ori a Metroidvania? I don't think so, right? Is like... what's the overlap between platformer and Metroidvania? Because I love Ori. Ori and the Blind Forest or whatever it is, amazing. So Nine Souls is written down, perfect. Helldivers 2, nope. I tried Helldivers 2 on... First of all, anything with shooting, if it involves any degree of aiming, I'm playing it on PC. On PC... Or I'd only entertain PS5 if it's only on PS5. But if it's on PC and it's on PlayStation, if it has shooting and aiming, I'm doing it on the PC. You must try Baldur's Gate 3. I did try it briefly. I downloaded it on... Also, I should note, from a practicality standpoint, I am more open to trying things on PC than PlayStation, because Steam, I could play it and then return it, and PlayStation, if you download it, you can't return it. So if I'm going to drop $50 on a game, or even $10 on a game, honestly, I like the ability to know that I can return it. Obviously, the cheaper it is, the more willing I am to take that risk. But at Baldur's Gate, I briefly bought on Steam, played it for an hour and a half, and I was like, I don't know if I want to get invested in this right now. So I returned it. I am open to getting it again. I think it wasn't that it was good or bad. It's that it was initially overwhelming, and I was like, I don't feel the hook right now. So like, I'll try again in the future with other people. Horizon definitely justified the purchase of the PS4. So I have Horizon Zero Dawn actively. Let me take a note of that. Horizon Zero Dawn. I actually bought that game twice. I bought it for PC and PS4, which was, fortunately I got on sale, so it's fine. But it is on my list to go back to. I'm actually in the middle of it on PC. I'm in the middle of Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. I probably have a save file on my PS4, but I'm not going to bother trying to recover that. I'm going to continue on my PC where I'm further ahead, and then maybe I'll get whatever it is, Forbidden West later at some point. I did like Horizon, but I don't know if I've ever felt completely pulled in by it. But I am happy to continue playing it on PC and see how it goes. Man, for some people. I'll get to you in a second. Aaron Taylor, Ratchet Clank Rift Apart is great. Ratchet Clank Rift Apart. Okay, we'll do that. Ratchet Clank Rift Apart. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Taking notes as we go. I've just been playing Helldivers, Rainbow Six Siege, Split Fiction, and Sniper Elite recently. Split Fiction. Great. Now that you said Split Fiction, we will come to the whole point of this topic. So, Split Fiction. Split Fiction is why I bought the PS5. Basically, the short version of it is I played It Takes Two with my daughter, and we loved it. We loved it. We had so much fun playing. It lasted us. We played it like once a week for like, I don't know, maybe twice a week for a few months. So it lasted us long enough. We took our time with it. We had fun with it. And we even went back to it to like switch sides and play through it again. We loved It Takes Two. To the point that when Split Fiction was announced, that was a day one buy as soon as it was coming out. And so Split Fiction is the reason I bought the PS5. I could play it on my computer. The problem is my computer's more like me playing games, and like the TV and PS4 were the living room playing games, and that's what we played It Takes Two on. Split Fiction does not work on PS4, and so I bought the PS5 because of Split Fiction. Now, it's not the first time I've wanted to buy the PS5. I think Spider-Man 2 was the first time I wanted to buy the PS5, but at the time I was like, I still have such a backlog, I will hold off on Spider-Man 2, I will get the PS5 at some point. It happens to be that the release of Split Fiction coincided with also the March PlayStation sale, and also PlayStation's going on sale by a small amount, nothing crazy, but effectively the PlayStation is normally like, whatever it is, I can't remember exactly what it was, $4.99, or I think it was $4.99 normally, and then they had a sale where it's $50 off, plus you get Astro included, Astro Bot included, so it's basically a $100 value, so to speak, off whatever. So it's like, now's the time. I've wanted it for a while. I have been responsible, but I tend to be much more cavalier about spending money on my kids than myself. Don't get me wrong, I spend money on myself too, but I'm more willing to justify things that I otherwise would. Like, for instance, Split Fiction, even though I love the first one, if it's about me, I'd wait till it's on sale. I have such a video game backlog, who cares? I'll wait till it's on sale, I'll get it then. Like, I got It Takes Two because it was on sale for like $17. That's why I got it, because it was on sale. I tried it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. But for my kids, I'm much more willing to make bad financial decisions. So I bought the PS5 to play Split Fiction, and then bought Split Fiction brand new, and then bought like 7 other games because there was a sale. That's kind of been my arc. Like, I bought Jedi Fallen Order because it was like $4. My kids love Jedi games. It's also hard. I wonder if it'll be worth playing on story mode, because it's a little Demon Souls adjacent, not nearly as bad, but in terms of difficulty and pairing and all that stuff. But my kids, I think I'm going to try it on story mode with my kids and see if they enjoy it there. But $4, who cares? So yeah. Split Fiction, now we're all caught up. So that's where we are. Split Fiction was coming out. That was being bought. PlayStation was being bought so I could play Split Fiction. My daughter and I are loving it. It is so ridiculously good. And everything else is kind of peripheral to this. Memphis Meeple, what's this guy doing talking about video games? I like to mix it up. That is, I've been enjoying mixing up my live streams a lot recently. From anything from doing regular videos to organizing the games to, I don't know, anything. And today we're talking about video games. Honestly, my Q&As going forward are probably going to be trying to be structured around something that I just chose to talk about that day. Not always. Sometimes I'll forget, or I'll be lazy, or I'll just be fine to have a regular Q&A. And these are still Q&As. Ask whatever you want. It's a regular Q&A. I'm just guiding the topic of conversation. I like No Man's Sky. I haven't tried it. I'm open to trying it. Memphis Maple, PS5, hands down, play Astrobot, that is all, goodbye. Yep, in the middle of it. It's so charming. I love it. It's so good. Also, by the way, I will say, I'm used to paying like $15 to $20 for a used controller. And so buying my second controller, I still bought it used, of course. Again, I try to be conservative. So I bought the PlayStation. The controllers, the DualShock controllers for PlayStation are $75. So I was able to buy one used on Amazon's warehouse for $45, whatever it is. So I was able to get it cheaper, which, I mean, that is cheaper. But I was like, that is offensively expensive for a controller. And then I started playing games with those controllers, and I was like, oh, I understand now why they're so expensive. They're a lot cooler than the last controllers. Brother Crow, I agree with Ghost of Tsushima, but do not get hooked on No Man's Sky. I'll never make another video. The most compelling thing you could have told me to add it to the list is exactly that. Here's how video games work for me. There's 2 kinds of video games that I want to play, and everything else is, frankly, a waste of time. The first kind are things that are meant to take up small sections of time. Things like Hearthstone, Slay the Spire, Balatro, even Astrobot. Astrobot falls into that vein because they can play Astrobot. They can play around with Astrobot in like 10-15 minutes, finish a level, then boom, come back to it later. Like, there's a sense of completion in small arcs. That's the first kind of video game that I like to play. The second kind of video game I like to play are the kind that hook you. Because granted, I don't have time to be hooked, but is it better to play a game that's not good so that you don't get hooked? Like, that doesn't feel like the ideal way to spend your time. Spend your time on if I'm going to spend, like, video game time for me is maybe 45 minutes a day, something like that. Like, I often do it with an afternoon coffee. Sometimes I'll play a round of Hearthstone before bed. Like, things like that. Like, it's not a ton of time. So if I'm going to spend 45 minutes a day playing video games, it may as well be something that hooks me. Granted, sometimes you pick up something like Factorio and suddenly your 45 minutes a day becomes 3 hours a day. But hey, I can live that life for a few months at a time. Brian, Jeremy, that's because Alex is rebranding Game Go Co. is reviews of Hopscotch and Billiards. Exactly. Aaron, the Star Wars Jedi series is really good, so are you referring to the Fallen Order that I just mentioned? Because that one I just bought, and I'm happy to try it. Last of Us, not good. I've never understood the hype. Brian, yeah, again, the tricky part is, and it's not that different than board games, which is a really well-rated board game. Did someone dropping off package? No. Maybe? No, that's 34 minutes ago. Nope. Okay, so I heard noise upstairs. With board games, if you have a really well-rated board game and you're not pulled in by it, usually my recommendation is stay away. It's really well-rated, but the people who bought it are the people who are pulled in by it. The people who aren't pulled in by it are less likely to buy it, and so you're not the target audience for that rating. I think it's true of video games too. If I'm not intrigued by a video game, I am more likely to not even bother with it. Now, there are exceptions. There certainly are exceptions where a video game or a board game can blow you away even though you weren't the target audience. But The Last of Us just never appealed to me. Granted, I've never even watched a review. I just know peripherally about the concept. But like, isn't it like more sneaking around and story based? I like I like things like Factorio, automation. I like that. Speaking of which, someone asked me for hard to recommend without knowing your tastes. I like first-person shooters, not on the PS5 though, so don't waste my time there. That sounded so aggressive. I meant thank you for the recommendation, but shooting I'm going to do on PC. I like any form of automation or building things. So again, things like Factorio I love. I have Satisfactory. I am not diving into Satisfactory until I complete Factorio Space Age, which I will do at some point, but not yet. And then I like Split Fiction is just, I don't even know what genre it is. I just love it. I would say I like charming platformers. Okay, charming platformers I like. So again, things like Split Fiction, Ori the Forest of Light, whatever it is, Ori and the Blind Forest, and then Astrobot. Those would all be good examples of charming platformers. Usually things that fall into the classic definition of Metroidvania I haven't been as pulled in by. But hey, there's always a time and place for everything. I could be wrong, and that's just instinctive answers. So those are kind of some general categories. I like large adventure games like God of War, Spider-Man. I love the Star Wars The Force Unleashed back in the day. I'm mentioning that because we're talking about Star Wars and I haven't really played Fallen Order much, so I can't say much there. But I like those kinds. Like, I mean, there was a video game. I don't know if you remember it. I don't remember the name of it. There was a video game where you were like almost like a virus, and you like spiral out with like tendons of like your flesh, whatever it is. It's almost like black and white. It was very similar to Spider-Man before Spider-Man. Do you remember the name of that video game? Like it was. I played it on PC. It wasn't like Infamous. That's not what it, maybe it was Infamous? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But you were basically this almost a disease, and then the city was like changing. It was very Spider-Man before Spider-Man. That's all I remember about it. Let me know if that. But those kinds of things. So Spider-Man, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, those kinds of experiences I do like. Now the question is, how similar is Horizon Zero Dawn to The Last of Us? I don't actually know. But I would say I prefer it when my video games like that have more combat and less sneaking. But I do respect the sneaking. I just prefer more combat and less sneaking. So that's kind of my recommendations. My genres I like. Man with Meeple starting back. Also, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I believe it's a freebie if you have PS5 Plus Extra. I don't have PS5 Plus Extra. I don't play enough video games to have a $180 a year subscription, or is that premium? I don't have any of them. I'm not paying a subscription fee for video games, at least not yet. But Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, is that the newest one though? Because the newest Prince of Persia did look good. I am much more likely, and this is something where, just the way I am more likely to buy a game and not feel the pressure to take advantage of. If I subscribe to a playing game service, I would feel the pressure to take advantage of that and play more. I'd be like, well, it's $18 a month, so like I should play more right now. I don't want that pressure. I want to play games at my leisure, and so even if I'm paying more for it, I'd rather pay more and have the lower pressure than pay less and have a sense of pressure. I want to play because I want to play, not because I'm trying to like min-max the optimization of my subscription fee. Yeah, Final Fantasy, latest version, whatever that is. So I know Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the one that's really recommended a lot. I'll happily look at it when it's not like $50. Horizon's such a good series. Metal Gear End of the Year. New Metal Gear End of the Year. Interesting. I never played Metal Gear. I never played it. I haven't been pulled in by it, but I guess having told you that I like Horizon, I like Spider-Man, I like God of War, do you think I'd like Metal Gear? Like, I know it's a little more stealth-based, but again, I don't mind stealth. I guess if I feel I'm constantly just trying to hide and not engage, that's not fun, but it depends on the frequency or the level. Like, I like Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is great, okay? So, like, again, this could kind of guide my tastes. Seaburks, there's a very short list of PS5 exclusive and not on PC. Sony's been porting most games to Steam. There's only like 10 games exclusive to PS5. You have a good PC. So yes, so this is part of why I did not get the PS5 until now. But the part of it for me is that I do think that even for myself, even before I'm playing games with my kids, because I'm playing games with my kids, it's almost always on the PS5. Almost always. There's exceptions, like if we're all pulling out our laptops and playing Minecraft separately, like that sure. But I would say that to me, there is something fun about living room gaming, okay? And this is something that you'll either understand or you won't. I know it's a concept. I know I'm not the only one. That much I know. But it's either something you'll understand and agree with, or you won't know what I'm talking about. There's PC gaming in front of you, where you're on your PC, you're doing your mouse, you're doing whatever. And then there's living room gaming, where you're sprawled on the couch with a controller, drinking a coffee. That's what I'm doing. You don't have to do that part. And they are different vibes. They are very different vibes for what I'm looking for. for me, as much as I enjoy PC gaming, there's something almost more relaxing and chill about video gaming, about living room gaming. And so even if a game exists on both, I might want it on one versus the other. Again, Split Fiction, it does exist on the PC. I could have played on the PC, but that was going to be living room gaming with my daughter. So that's different because it's a social element there. But even for myself, like, I would rather play God of War. Like, I think God of War is on PC. I'd rather play God of War on my living room. I think that's more my vibe. In fact, even something like Horizon, I debated, because I already own Horizon Zero Dawn, I debated whether it's worth restarting it just to have living room gaming on my PS5 as opposed to finishing it on the PC. And I'm not so far into it. I'm maybe 2.5 hours into it, but I don't want to start again. I don't want to. But I debated it. So that's the kind of answer to that. Brian, if you've never played the Uncharted series, they're extremely fun and get better with each one. I have Uncharted 4 for PS4. I do plan on playing that at some point and then seeing what else I want to do. I have played, because there's 2 different game series, right? There's Uncharted, and then there's, what's the other one? What's the other game series that's basically like Uncharted but different? I've played both of them. I don't remember the last whatever I've played, but I do have Uncharted 4 and I plan on playing more of it. Or plan on starting it, and I don't know if I've ever played it. I don't even know. I don't remember much. Aaron Taylor, I think the subscription includes some of the God of War games and Spider-Man Miles Morales, just FYI. Oh, I don't disagree. I've done the research on the past few days, and there's a decent amount of games that are in the subscription that I do want to play. But I don't want the pressure to play them. I really, really don't. I want to... It's a mental thing. Maybe it's a me thing. Maybe it's a whatever. Like, I don't feel that way about, like, Netflix. I don't feel like I have to optimize how much Netflix I watch each month to take advantage of my subscription. But also, I throw on TV in the background all the time. So, like, I am taking advantage. I think maybe that's the difference. With streaming services, I am constantly watching things in the background. So I don't know, I can finish a season of TV every single week just by doing it. Like, I'm responding to emails and I have things in the background being watched. So that I think I already am taking advantage of. When it comes to video games, I play them infrequently enough that I just don't want the pressure. Cyberpunk 2077 is really good, and Star Wars Jedi series are fun too. I will add Cyberpunk 2077 to the list. I've been avoiding it for a while, but not for any specific reason. But, you know, hey. JF, Bachelor of Clank is fun and crazy. On the list, Joey, hello everyone. Aaron Taylor, did you get Overcooked to play with your kids? The all-you-can-eat edition was a lot of fun. So, Aaron Taylor, this is the tricky part. I'm going to put Overcooked on the list as well. This is so annoying. Overcooked is currently on sale right now, but it's not, and okay, I have the Overcooked everything on Steam. I have absolutely everything for it on Steam. There was a sale for it, I don't know, 6 months ago. I've played Overcooked in the past and I like it. I've played with my kids. I like it. But they had that everything was on sale. So I bought it for like whatever it was. And I bought the whole all-you-can everything. And now they have it on sale right now in the March sale for $9. And I was like, do I buy that? The problem is it's not $9 for everything. It's $9 and you still have to get the add-ons if you want to continue playing through the add-ons. So I was like, is it worth having it on both platforms? Again, living room gaming versus not. I've been debating it. I have till March 27th to decide. Or, of course, the next sale. There'll be more sales. Seabrooks, Overcooked 1 and 2 with your kids is great. When did you start playing board games with your kids? Since they were 3 years old. Like, genuinely, my daughter was my oldest. I've been playing games with her since she was 3. I started with Rainbow Glitterluck or Rainbow in the Clouds, something like that. By the way, we're past the half an hour, but now I'm having fun with the topic, so it is what it is. I don't even know how far back I am. I'm not that far back. Okay, so I might try to catch up and then call it, because again, I actually am tight on time, but we'll see. JF, why are the controllers cool? Can you explain? I don't know if I could explain. I think the DualShock controllers have a higher degree of reactivity, sensitivity, awareness than regular controllers. Like, they literally, like, for example, when you're playing Astrobot, you're literally, like, the way you turn your controller almost guides the ship. Like, you can see your controller on screen being mirrored. Sound comes out of it. There's more reactions. There's more vibrations across it than the other one. It has a much higher premium feel to it than the PS4 controllers, but I wouldn't be able to strongly say anything other than, like, there's a more haptic feedback and it feels more reactive and whatever. Seabrooks, I started with my kids at the age of 4. Brian, what is offensive about PlayStation controllers? The battery life. They don't even last a full day. I prefer playing on Xbox for that reason. Brian, I'm playing much less than you are, so, I mean, I don't know when I'll have to recharge my controllers. I don't recharge them daily at all. Joey, are you going to get PlayStation Plus? Occasionally there's a decent free game on there each month, even at the lowest level. So this is where I haven't done a ton of research into PlayStation Plus. My understanding, and tell me if I'm wrong or right about this, my understanding of PlayStation Plus or subscription is that there are free games you can get, but they're only yours as long as you maintain your subscription. The part I don't know, first of all, I assume that's true. I haven't done a ton of research, but I assume that's true. The part I don't know is, what if I cancel my subscription and pick it up later? Do I still have those free games I got, or are they gone? So again, I'm just really trying to avoid the pressure sense of things. I don't like, but I'm not saying I'll never pay for a subscription PlayStation fee. I'm just very averse to it. Joey, Miles Mouse is good. I'll check if I still have it when I get home. Joey, you're a prince, but I already bought a copy on eBay. Also, that's another thing, by the way. If price points are roughly equivalent, if a digital game is on sale and it's cheaper, I'll buy that. But if a game is on eBay and it's roughly the same price or cheaper on eBay, I'll always just buy a used copy on eBay. Because, for example, let's take God of War Ragnarok. I just bought that on eBay. It's $30, whatever it is. I bought it, done. It's also $30 right now on digital download. But the eBay the copy, when I'm done with it, I can turn around and sell it for $30. I'll lose the price of shipping, and I mean, if I get to it soon, great. If I don't, I don't. I'm not worried about the pressure there, but I might be able to get most of my money back. When I first got into video games way back in the day, way back when I was a teenager, I frequently would buy used copies and resell them, and you're mostly losing the price of shipping. This is what I do with board games too. This is how Board Game Co. started. Like I'm into min-maxing the value of my dollars. So sue me. I'm optimizing my dollars in life. That's what I'm trying to do. Smooth. Wait, you should play The Crust. Never heard of it. Smooth. I know you're focusing on video games today, but I just want to check with you about your goal to read more this year. How's it going? Anything stand out so far? Great question. And again, still open Q&A, so ask whatever you want. We have, what am I doing? The Crust. Okay. So to answer your question, I'm currently in middle of Animal Farm, hoping to start 1984 shortly. I'm also currently in middle of The Evening and the Morning by Ken Follett, as well as Dune. So I'm in the middle of 4 books. I think I'm actively in the middle of 4 different books right now. No, I'm actually in the middle of 3. I'm about to finish Animal Farm, then I'll start 1984. So, and then that's as far as the entertainment aspect. As far as the self-help or more nonfiction, whatever it is, nonfiction, I'm currently in the middle of Think Again. I have to look at my desk over there. Think Again, as well as one other. I'd have to go find the title. So I'm not doing great in terms of finishing books. I'm doing great in terms of starting them and being in the middle of them. To be fair, The Evening and the Morning is 900 pages long and I'm 700 pages into it. So I have been reading. I believe I will hit my goals for the year, but I need to finish some more faster. Ravens Watch, Carry On. Never heard of those. We'll go ahead and watch those. Yes, Mind Clash and Carry On. I saw that. Carry On and Ravens Watch. Ravens Watch. Okay. Javier, you're talking about Carry On. You're like a creature from The Thing. That game? I don't know what that means. Joey, I go more with the horror games, so Silent Hills, Resident Evil are more what I would say. I just tried Resident Evil. I just bought a copy on Steam. I bought a copy. I played it for half an hour, and I was like, nope, not my jam. Not my jam. I don't remember which one I played, but it's the one you start. It's the one where you start almost like a flashback. You're investigating this house, and you're wandering around. And I spent 40 minutes wandering around a house with not a single ounce of combat or anything, just investigating and moving around. I was like, that's not my jam. That's really not my jam. Maybe it'll get better or different, but like, if my first 40 minutes of your game is just putting me into a dark, scary setting, and it was scary, they did a great job at the setting, but like, I don't get to do anything, I'm not here to be freaked out for the sake of being freaked out. I like horror if it's mixed into the experience, but not if it's just about the horror. And so Resident Evil might change, it might get better, but I was like, that's not my jam. So I refunded it, and maybe I'll go back to them at some point, but that really turned me off the experience. It was very well done. It turned me off of thinking it's for me. Brother Crow, Infamous was energy-based and Prototype was similar but kind of bio-based. I think it was Prototype. Prototype. Yes, that was the game. Let me just look it up. Oh my gosh. Prototype was... Yes, it was Prototype. Oh, that was such a good game. Again, that was like Spider-Man before Spider-Man, I think. Like, if you've played Prototype, that was old school. 2009 game. Wow. I loved it. It really felt like Spider-Man before Spider-Man. Like, to me, when I played Spider-Man, I felt like I was playing Prototype. Tomb Raider is not what I'm thinking. Okay, let's go back to this. Brian, agree on the difference between couch and PC gaming? First-person shooters always on the PC? Yes. Games with controllers, best to play on the couch and a console? Yes, 100%. Completely agree. Joey, is Tomb Raider what you're thinking about being like Uncharted? No, Tomb Raider, should I get Tomb Raider? Like, it's on my list, but like, I wasn't quite sold. Also, how much first-person stuff does Tomb Raider have? Because it definitely had some. And if it has first-person stuff, if it has too much aiming, I would rather play on my PC. Not first-person, aiming. Aiming is the issue, not first-person. Jacob Justice, the game Cusco behind you, I've heard you talk about it before. Wondering if I can jump straight into that version. Yes, absolutely. Jump straight into it. Skip Bora Bora, and I think Bora Bora is fantastic. Honestly, you can't go wrong with Bora Bora if you happen to get that, or if you prefer the look, but Cusco is amazing. Joey, my son and I used to play Minecraft Dungeons together on a PS5 for a while. My kids played Minecraft Dungeon on Steam. They couldn't get past, they kind of got stuck at a certain point, and I wasn't playing enough to really understand what was happening. It did feel like they got stuck. Like, it felt like there was a degree of a progression where you just couldn't move further, but I feel something must have been wrong, but I wasn't playing it, so I couldn't say. Boomerang Foo, if you want some fun family competition, absolutely I do. Boomerang Foo, perfect, thank you. Sorry, joining late. Do you have any plans to do a good game introduce the kids to board games video? Or maybe you already have one, I just missed it. It's actually the second most watched video on my channel, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. So click on videos and then click most popular. I believe the second most popular video on my channel is games to introduce kids to, which I only just realized this the other day, and I was like, I should do another one, which is interesting because kid-based content on board games usually doesn't do as well. So I was very surprised to see that my second most watched video was one about recommending games to play with kids. Randall Atkins, Towerfall is a classic family game. Thank you. Towerfall being added. My bad, joining late and now realizing we're talking straight video games. Everything's, please. Again, this is still a Q&A. Everything's on the table. My focus is just on video games. Don Rod, you can lose your PS5 Plus sub and pick it back up later and you'll still have your games you got for free. That is helpful to know. That makes it more compelling. The last thing I ever want to do is because otherwise I would never do it. I would never. I'm not interested in losing something that I paid for and feeling that sense of pressure to keep it up. But that makes it more likely that I might dive in here or there. Karen is the game you referenced earlier about being the monster with tentacles eating scientist trying to escape a lab. Nope, it's not. It was Prototype. That's what it was. Ooh, I got a package, it looks like. Okay. What was the game? So we're almost done here. But the thing I want to wrap up is it's not Uncharted. Uncharted similar games. Okay. It is, nope, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one, nope. Oh, come on, give me something. Oh, I want to try who's played the Indiana Jones game? Indiana Jones. I want to try the Indiana Jones game at some point. Indiana Jones, the new one. I played, way back in the day, I played old school Indiana Jones. I don't even want to go back to the graphics. I can't imagine it being good. Okay. Indiana Jones, not Indiana Jones, sorry. Uncharted. It's a PC game. It might be on PS5 too. I don't know. Why can't I find this? Games like Uncharted. No. Tomb Raider. Infamous. No. Infamous is the one I was thinking of earlier. So if you're catching up in chat, sure. Not The Last of Us. Not God of War. Not Indiana Jones: The Great Circle. Why am I can't... This is Just Cause. There we go. Just Cause is the game that's like... have you played Just Cause? Have any of you played Just Cause and Uncharted? I always felt they were very similar series. Like, I felt like that was Call of Duty and Battlefield because they, vibe-wise to me, they felt very, very similar. I don't remember which ones I've played. I've played some Just Cause. I may have played Uncharted. I know I own Uncharted. That doesn't mean I've played it, but that's kind of where things are. Alright, that's that. That's your half an hour turn to 50 minutes Q&A. Thank you for all the recommendations. This is incredibly helpful. Like I said, I did go a little longer than I was planning on because I wanted your Just Cause off the rails. Uncharted is more of a story. But are they? I mean, I know that part. That much I know. But it still felt, the gameplay felt very similar. But I could be imagining things because I don't even know if I've played Uncharted. Vibe-wise, it felt very similar. Either way, I have Uncharted. I have Uncharted 4. I guess that's the last question. I have Uncharted 4. Should I either be going back to earlier ones or skipping to new ones? Are there even new ones? I don't even know. Or should I just play Uncharted 4 as a good point because I have it anyways? Just cause you had the grappling and open world? Yeah, I agree with that. Do you not have a grappling hook in Uncharted? Is this just my own imagination and I'm just wrong? That does happen from time to time. Well, being wrong happens more. My own imagination is just inserting fictional details. That happens from time to time. Anyways, I'm going to go and wrap this up. The story is continuous for Uncharted. You can play 4, but you'll miss context. I don't know how much I care. It's always relative because sometimes going back to older things can ruin... I don't know. We'll see. I'll do some research. But not yet because right now it's God of War time. Not now. Now it's Go Film Videos time. But later will be God of War. At around 4 o'clock today when I have my afternoon coffee, that's going to be some God of War time. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate all of you being here. This is incredibly helpful. I now have a list of video games that I should probably buy at some point, and I probably will buy a bunch of them, whether I should or shouldn't. Anyways, until next time, I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co. I will be back next week with our regular live stream, focusing on, I have no clue yet. I'll figure it out when it gets closer. And as always, I hope you have a good one.